Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane, and welcome back to another episode of The Silver Case. And welcome to potentially the last episode, actually. I forgot to mention that. We are in the potentially last final part of this game that is from the transmitter, because Placebo is completed since the last episode, which was pretty short, apparently. It was like an extremely short particular part. We did do a little bit of Donwell, I think, or the whole of Donwell in that last episode as well. But otherwise, we're jumping into Whiteouts, case number 25. So this is going to be potentially a sort of lead-in tie-in to the 25th ward, which we already went through the whole thing. But I don't know if this is the last episode. I'll say that there will be an annotation to it, but I'll kind of speak on that when we get to the end of it of this video. So let's get into it right away, quickly. So we can see, oh, it is a prologue. So there might be another extra episode thing that goes after this one, an extra branch of it. I see the triangle, circle, X. That's like PlayStation control buttons, I think. I'm always ready to die. Anytime, anywhere. So I became a cop. Oh, it's Jabroni. It's this Jabroni character guy. I guess it's Jabroni, but it's a weird way that it's not Jabroni, in a weird way, because it's like, the reason why I say it's not Jabroni is because he kind of changed attitude and characteristics a little bit too much, to the point where I don't know if it is actually him or not. So I want to see how this character here ties into Jabroni, which I forgot his real name, his full name on it, in the 25th ward. But this guy kind of gets seen through some parts of the last parts of 25th ward, somehow. I'm going to get recognized for my feats, get decorated, receive my special bonus, and send the money to my mother. My mother raised 3 kids on her own in a ramshackle apartment, so she had a hard life. So, I want to make things easier for her. I'll do anything for her. If it was to protect the government, the people, and my mother, I'd do anything. Can I ask a question? If I die, then the government is going to take care of my family, right? That's what I was told. So if I die in the line of duty, you'll put my family in a nice apartment with a bath and everything, right? Really? In that case, I'll do anything. I'm dying to work. Like, I'm literally going to die while I work, while working. Okay, don't die in the line of. Okay. So I need to kill this guy? No problem. Let me do him. Leave it to Mokutoro Shiroyabu. Yeah, it is Shiroyabu. Okay, yeah, so it is that dude. Okay, yeah, because his name, he says, what is it? Katsurugi calls this dude Jabroni because she kind of emphasizes, or kind of has that reflection of what Tetsu kind of like calls our character by name, Big Dick. So it kind of makes sense this guy ends up being Jabroni, but his full name is that. Yeah, Mokutaro Shiroyabu. Shiroyabu is the only name I kind of right off the bat remember. Shiroyabu is basically like one of the big characters we kind of talk to or interact with a lot of the time in the, I think was somewhat similar to Transmitter in 25th Ward. Anyways, whatever may come at me, I'll turn their ass to white dust. Get some. Oh, some trippy thing. Whiteout. Oh, that's a cool effect, though. I think that effect of the Whiteouts presentation was technically a footage of something kind of going backwards, I feel like. But I might be wrong, though. That was really cool, though. It was a really cool effect to introduce Whiteout to the player. Oh, who's this? I can't remember who this is in terms of. I didn't get to see the name actually, but I know the other guy. The other guy is the one who works for Tetsu now. Wait, is this the dude that's been talking to Tetsu all this time? Maybe. I'm trying to think if that was the case, because he does look like that dude. Yeah, I'll probably just read it like normal, I guess, for now. Hey, you know about this? This Sentai stuff? Where there's a group of 4 or 5 heroes fighting monsters and things? Yeah, your son begs for that stuff. You end up buying all those expensive toys. Must be a formidable opponent for a civil servant. I'm not talking about toys. I'm talking about the heroes. What? You've never seen one before? Yeah, Sentai is like equivalent to American, like, for America TV shows, we got Power Rangers. We call it Power Rangers, but Sentai is like the Japanese term for like the Power Rangers thing. Which is really nice. I don't follow too much about the Sentai stuff. I do know a good chunk of Power Rangers because I delved into that kind of thing before, or delved into some of the things because I was a big fan of Power Rangers when I was younger. Primarily the morphing Power Ranger stuff. I even have the VHS tape. It kind of explains how old I am. The VHS tape of the morphing Power Ranger movie when they filmed it. I actually enjoyed the documentary of like them explaining that they filmed the movie at Australia, which was interesting. I didn't realize that when I watched the film so many times. So I always thought it was like I thought it was in America, of course, because it was technically the Power Rangers being in America doing their thing. And then just randomly getting caught up with enemies and stuff like that. But yeah, besides the point, fan of the American Sentai stuff or American Power Ranger stuff. But I would love to kind of get into Sentai and understand that. I know a friend who's really big on that. So, anyways, I don't know anything about the TV shows. There are originally 5 of them, and the new colors get added on later. Added colors. You know, like Angel. Angel's not a color. Angel. Like how he was sort of Buffy's sidekick, but later went on to become a main player himself. Could you maybe fill in on exactly how this hero stuff works as a societal or is a social construct? Hell if I know. I mean, it's probably a vertically structured deal, I guess. So, why do they need to increase the number of members? These heroes all fight in set, boring ways. So, you get these crafty strategists figuring out ways to defeat them. Then, as the bad guys get tougher and smarter, and that's when the sidekick pops in. Yeah, then they have a new hero and more new toys for you to buy, and that's where kids' Christmas money goes. That's a pretty solid setup. You just can't win against those toys. Actually, is this really just about toys? Here's the question. If those Sentai heroes were Kamui's trump, what would they be? This is getting into dangerous toy territory. Joker. What the hell is that Joker card? Also, I think that I've seen this scene. I've seen a little bit of this scene in the 25th board before, I think, if I try to recall it. Because I remember something to do with a wheelchair man. I just can't remember what exactly. Excuse me. I'm trying to get some water in. A Joker. I'll leave it up to you. I can't even use my gun with this body. It suits you, even with a wheelchair. You look good no matter what you wear. You making fun of me? No. It really suits you. I'm not just saying that. I mean it. You look like an ED-209. What the hell is that? You know, the Verho even fuck. Oh yeah, you like that strawberry one, right? That would be ice cream. Never mind. Anyway, I'm off to take out this Joker now. Tell Tetsu I said hi. How's he been doing? We can't get a hold of him. Nobody knows where he went. He might be... That old man is not dead. Don't even waste your time worrying about that. Oh, is this Samio? The wheelchair dude might be Samio with a beard and everything, because I think Samio is like probably older at this point, maybe, because it's probably years after he went to prison and everything. I hope you're right. How many years has it been? 4 years. Huh. Time really goes by. How are things working out with Sakura? I kind of... rather not. Oh, so you guys broke up? Seriously, I'd rather not. That broad. Actually, that's kind of rude. That woman is a difficult one. She has no problem taking a full month to reply to mails. You're super organized and kind of a neat freak, so I bet she makes no sense to you, huh? Let's change subject. Here's some advice. Bone her once, and she'll turn you into your little kitten. That's the kind of girl she is. You bone her, right? Leave it at that, or I'll shoot you, okay? This is a messed up bloody place. Maybe I let my mouth go a bit too far. Anyway, you go off on your hunt. Where did this intel come from? Don't ask senseless questions. I'll give you a hint. The 3 of spades. I'm no good with riddles. Even ever since I was a kid. A kid, huh? When you were a kid? I can't even imagine it. I was a little angel, according to my mother. See you later. I'll contact you again. Oh, it is Munakata. Okay, so damn it, I should have read it the way Munakata usually is. Munakata. Did you gain weight? So it is Munakata. So I didn't realize it was Munakata because I wasn't aware, because the name didn't show properly for me, so I couldn't see it quick enough. Then I'll read it like the southern accent that I usually read him off as. I've lost about 20 kilos. I hate this, that I didn't know this was him all the time. That's why you lost Sakura. I'm seriously gonna kill that guy. Okay. Next time when it's bearded wheelchair, okay, that would be Munakata. Because the last time we saw Munakata, he wasn't on a wheelchair, so. Are we going back to Tokyo? I know it's this dude again. We've received more intel. There's one more Trump member. One more? You mean someone left over? Left over. No, I think it may be someone new. What do you mean? Either way, I don't have detailed info yet. All we know is that it's someone behind the scenes. A Joker. You know about this? No, just a hunch. The only playing cards connected to the world of the underside... Oh, I should have read it in like a phone voice. To the world of the underside of the cards are the Joker and the Ace. It's common knowledge. You're as clever as always. But I don't want you to move just yet. I'll take care of things. Is that a warning? Or just advice? It's supposed to be kindness. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want you overexerting yourself. Can you stop that? Your creepy kindness makes me want to kill you. It's funny because I didn't know that these two ended up dating each other because Natsumi Sakura seems pretty, I don't know, independent, and she doesn't seem like she would want to date anyone in general, but that's how I kind of see it. I'll do my own thing. Don't get in my way, okay? You're out of my control. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Crap. Seems like the breakup really hurt him a lot. Yeah, I don't know exactly if there's anything big out of this, but... Oh, who's this? Is that my character? I think that's my character with her. Because I don't think we ever got fired or let go. Our character from the HC unit. With the appearance of the Joker, the world once again becomes a labyrinth steeped in fog. Hey, Roz. Take out the Joker before Michiru and Co. A new kind of monster is on the move. Thinking about it. They did say Tetsu disappeared, but I'm kind of curious, like, why is it? What is with this prologue to begin with? Is this at the point where it's related to the 25th ward in some capacity, I guess. I'm kind of still thinking about it. We're trying to figure things out here as we are going through bits and pieces of the story a little bit here. It's not like a whole linear line of things going on. It's just literally... it's literally starts off as like A, and then goes all the way down to B, and then B to C, like nearby each other, and now it's like weird. Dealing with the Joker. Oh god, okay, so when it's one of these things where I'm just like... What is that? Is that a magazine? Oh, it's a newspaper. The 25th ward? Achievement unlocked. Yeah, I guess the whole meaning is, the whole picture itself is saying 25th ward, and the new mayor is this guy, kind of thing, I guess. Meko... I can't read this properly, so I might not know my katakanas very well. I only know the first two katakanas. Meko... I think it's... I guess? I don't know. And then Pa, I think. Or no, not Pa, Ba, sorry. It's Ha, and then there's double lines is like a B sounding, so it's Ba. Metsuba? Mekosuba? I don't know. Yeah, anyways. I get the point. It's 25th ward related. That was an easy peasy achievement, I guess. Actually, was there anything... Oh, I can't go back. Was there anything else beyond that room? Besides just an entrance? This is the same exact spot, though, as 25th ward, where our character went through the space. It looks like she's talking on comms, but I'm gonna read it off without the comms, I guess, because it gets annoying for me. Roz, do you read me? That place holds special meaning to you, and I know you must have complicated feelings. But those feelings don't matter right now. Secure the Joker before anyone else does. Process him if the situation requires it. But yeah, this reminds me of the 25th ward, where we went through the same exact kind of hallway style, just to confront Jabroni out of nowhere, and then Tetsu kind of gets involved somehow. It's kind of weird, I think, in the case of what the 25th ward was going through, I think. But I guess it kind of makes sense if it's well connected to the 24 wards. This bloody place. I never wanted to come anywhere near here again. I don't even want to think about it. But there are those who are drawn here and gathered at this place. The kind of people who crave the smell of blood. They gather here, seeking Kamui. I'll know the old man is gonna come too. It's just a hunch, but still. I don't know why. But still. But somehow, I just know. Tetsugoro Kusabi is another bloodthirsty one. He's the kind of guy who can't live unless it's on the brink of death. Why? Why would he act like that? Considering that he was gonna... He gave us his last message before, you know, we went off without him, I guess. Roz, find him. Finish the things once more. One more time. Fight the past. Be killed by the past. Or kill the past. It's up to you. Is there more to say, I guess? It's kind of weird, though, so far. I'm assuming the next door, when we get to that, will be when we'll escape this endless hallway vibe. I'm surprised that it's taking this long for the whole hallway to kind of transition into the next bit, but I understand that it's kind of like programmed in a way that's like not worrying about that kind of thing or making it kind of thing. But yeah, overall, like, there's not a lot left for the game to kind of explain anything new or anything that they should introduce more of, but okay, there we go. The transition took a little bit longer than I needed it to be. The Joker! I found him! The Joker, I found him! There we go. Who's that? Roz! What's going on? Roz! Didn't I teach you that you'd get in trouble for doing naughty things? Don't move! I'm bringing the hammer of justice upon you. Get both hands up in the air. Lie down on the ground. Don't resist. Are you listening? Hey, are you even listening to me? Respond or I'll shoot. I'm seriously gonna shoot. For reals, just die. Oh dear, that scared me. I was like, I'm waiting for it. It took a little longer. I don't think... Oh, that was it. Wow. Whiteout. Prologue. Whiteout is coming soon. So the actual chapter for Whiteout is coming out.
The Silver Case.
Dead Souls. Related to freaking Yakuza. Dead Souls. I'm just kidding now. Or maybe even Demon Souls, or like actually the game Dead Souls. Alright, well, I guess the next chapter will be our final one, technically. But again, like, there shouldn't be introducing too much more, honestly. Whiteout Prologue achievement unlocked. Alrighty. I'm just so freaking confused. Yeah, it goes back to black-white text. Alright, here we go. The last sort of thing, I guess? Or do we... Okay, so it doesn't go back... It doesn't go all the way down anymore. It's, like, that's pretty much it. Do I just go back to Whiteout? It doesn't... That's still Prologue, yeah. What am I missing? What did I do that I'm missing out on? Or is that really it? And that was the end of the game. If that's the end of the game, then I would say that's anticlimactic as hell. Alright, let me go sift through this whole thing. Yeah, we already know this is Shiroyabu, and we kind of see this exact scene in 25th Ward in a weird way. I'm guessing it's a preview to Whiteout in the... It's a preview to the chapter in the 25th Ward, the Silver Case, that we were just seeing this. I can't exit, apparently, because this game doesn't allow for exiting in a weird way. Yeah, I don't know why the game wouldn't let me exit the way it normally does with the 25th Ward, but that's probably how it is. Alright, I'm trying to think. Is that truly it for this game? For the Silver Case? Let me double check this. I'll be right back. It'll be a cut for you guys. I'll probably Alt-Tab, Alt-F4 this game and just kind of like start over again and then see from there if there's any more to it. But if not, then this will remain as like the final episode, but also the shortest part of the episode for the game, because there's really nothing else left I can do, honestly. But I'll be right back. Alright. Excuse me while I'm trying to look at the time. Yes, so... Yeah, so apparently the game is 100% based on this save file. So I do apologize if I didn't look at it quite long enough to notice that it was 100% done. So yeah, technically I can just load it up and just reboot and just go through like some of these stuff. It's the strange thing is that it says continuation is towards or Whiteout is coming soon kind of thing, which kind of confuses me why they chose to do Whiteout as a way to close out this game, I guess, in a weird way. While this is happening, can I go back to the credits? Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing there. Yeah, I can't go back to the credits unless I load up the, unless I want to load up to the Danwa and just let it run in the back, but I guess that's what's done is done, I guess. So this is going to be a way shorter episode for whatever reason, but it will probably include all my thoughts and process of what I'm thinking of this game so far, as of completing this game, and also completing the 25th Ward before even jumping into the Silver Case. I recommend anybody who watches my video to, like, if you're experiencing this game and you want to actually watch from sort of the start to finish, the quote-unquote start to the finish, I would recommend watching this series from the beginning and all the way down to the ending, of course. And then, of course, then you could go to the 25th Ward on my side of the Silver Case and see my cluelessness of what the hell this story of the 25th Ward, or the cluelessness of the Silver Case, not knowing anything about this game, translated towards the 25th Ward. I mean, it's the worst way to play it, honestly. I can guarantee you that much. But it happened, and I guess I stick with it. I mean, I could have honestly stopped playing the 25th Ward and then just pause it for a little bit, like after episode 1, just to go to the Silver Case. But at the very same time, I didn't own the Silver Case at that time because I wasn't thinking that that was the case. I thought it had nothing to do with each other. But as I kept playing through the 25th Ward, I sooner or later knew that the Silver Case was an important piece to understanding the world of the 25th Ward. So I do regret not playing the Silver Case before jumping into the 25th Ward, But at the same time, I learned a lot from what this game had to offer, or what this game or visual novel had to, explain in terms of the whole thing in general. So that would be my suggestion for anybody who's watching this series, from whatever standpoint you want to go for. To be fair, if you wanted to watch the 25th Ward first and then the Silver Case, that's totally fine as well. That is totally on you to decide. I'm not the one to decide that for you. I already made my decision by doing the dumbest way of going the other way backwards to this one. But I have a better, clear explanation and a little bit more clarity about Kamui's origins, Tokio Morishima's origins a little bit, and where they go from there to the 25th Ward, of course. Like, everything seems very explained, though there was a few holes that I don't know where it leaves the characters off on. One of which is, where do Tokio Morishima go off to at this point? Like, there were a few things in the 25th Ward that he kind of goes off into. It's either he continues being a ghost hunter kind of character, where he tries to collect or foster a few young people to hunt ghosts that have a unrelented past kind of thing, which we see in the 25th Ward. Or does Tokio go off in a sort of I forgot the world kind of thing and destroys the city of the 25th Ward, I believe, because he ends up shown that he has a weird past of being the in this game. In the case of this game, it makes Tokio seem like he is a clone of Kamui, when in the 25th Ward, he is not seen as just a clone, but also sort of like a person who forgot a lot of things because of some kind of accident or some kind of operation that cost him his memory, I guess. So that's another thing that kind of went kind of unexplained a little bit there as well, I think. Additionally, I do not know what happened to Erica. I really wanted to know why Erica was not used or talked about in the 25th Ward. So that's another thing I'm kind of curious, like, that they left her out because he forgot all about her or something, or did she die trying to sacrifice to help him try to get back his memory or keep him alive somehow? Because we know that we kind of got Red back with Tokio Morishima, but at the same time he also operates with Slash, who is an AI at that point of the 25th Ward, because she is no longer, Slash in the 25th Ward is no longer a real person, but an AI that was trying to learn and adapt so that it can help Tokio understand the world better if he struggles with it. Of course, our character Akira is what the true name of our character that we're playing, but we renamed Akira into our name because we were playing them in like a first-person perspective, so I just renamed them to be what our name is. But of course, Akira, we don't know if he actually dies, if the character actually dies, but we do know that it is kind of like a Kamui-like character, or we're considered the next Kamui, but it didn't really it didn't really explain it off properly for me, because I think that it was it was really weirdly placed. But of course, also 25th Ward never explored that further. But they did explore Shiroyabu's character, of course, and Kusanagi, I think is her name, the lady partner of Shiroyabu, who calls him Jabroni, of course. We do explore those characters to kind of like understand how they play a role into the HC unit of the 24 Ward somehow. And of course, we got Natsumi and Tetsu, who shows up in the 25th Ward, I believe, to some parts of the chapters and stuff, and explain their positioning of what happened. And even Sumio shows up. It's funny because Sumio doesn't end up being in jail forever. He ends up being in a different branch of the 24 Wards in a weird way, and we got to see that kind of thing. So it was really interesting to see that as well there. But yeah, it's just a lot of interesting, intricate world building that I think is hard to kind of piece together. I would recommend, if anybody who is completely lost, if you're slightly lost like me, that's fine, I think. I feel like that's totally fine. As long as you get the bare minimum of things, you can probably explain a good amount when it comes to asking, if somebody asks you, like, what do you think about the Silver Case or the 25th Ward series or the Kill the Past franchise series that Suda51 made. I feel like you can explain if you understand at least a majority of it. If you don't know the micro stuff like that in here and there, that's totally fine, I guess. But if you don't know a lot, or you're so confused with how I played it, or like where I went through and everything, and like some of the stuff weren't explained and some things were not answered, I recommend there is a Steam discussion page that I will probably put a link down to that will give a full-on information for the Silver Case for now. I don't know if the 25th Ward has something similar, but I believe it explains everything that happens through the Silver Case. And it goes word for word, paragraph by paragraph, and even GIFs and pictures on it to explain what really went down and like some of the truth and stuff. And then they even talk about like stuff that happened after the game, like after playing, you would understand A, B, C, and D and stuff like that, and the person goes into depth about that kind of thing. So yeah, otherwise I think that if you do understand the bare minimum, I think you're good to go to explain what the hell this game is all about. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, that's it for the Silver Case. I'd really say that it's enjoyable to a certain degree. I love the music that comes from both this game and the Silver Case, or the 25th Ward. The 25th Ward and the Silver Case has such a well-defined stylistic of music, and even art piece, I would say. Like, whoever drew the art for the 2D art for the characters, either through the sort of, like, I don't know what to call it, like, water-painted, like, pictures, like the old man picture, or the crazy, like, looking intense pictures. Whoever drew those things were amazingly talented for doing those things. And of course, like drawing the more simpler, clean, stylistic in the 25th Ward had something like that, and that was really cool too. I liked. Really good work, really good artwork. The storytelling, of course, is a little bit tricky to go through, I feel like, in this game, but it gives you it leaves you with enough to understand what this world is about, and it leaves you in the idea that you should think rather than you should just let the game tell you. It's not trying to tell you the whole thing. It doesn't try to tell you and explain to you everything, but it gives you enough explanation. It gives you, it lets you guess. It leaves you guessing. It lets you think about it yourself and kind of formulate the ideas of what really went down in your head, rather than just giving you a full picture of what the hell's going on. Unless you go into a chapter like, let's say, like when we did the whole transmitter chapter for case 3, I think. Yeah, because when we went to case 3, everything was explained well enough in Placebo with case 3 with Suki. So I think that everything was pretty much like a cause and effect, or a play back-to-back kind of style of things, where things were just able to just explain itself as soon as we went to the next parts of the story, of course. But yeah, otherwise I think that this game has some interesting storytelling. Even 25th Ward did the same thing, but I hated the fact that the endings were so... not anticlimactic, but, well, for this one, maybe, yes. For the ending of the Silver Case, it felt kind of anticlimactic, but in the case of the 25th Ward, it just felt like it fell short in terms of the 25th Ward, in my opinion. And I think it could have stopped at a certain point of the game, and that was it. Like, no more than that. Like, going through that other part just didn't help the series from that point, because I felt like it just was trying to do something that kind of felt like they didn't know what to do with it, so they just like left it as is for that particular point. And that's what happened with this and the 25th Ward. It's just, I felt like they do poorly in endings, but they do well in building the world, leaving the world as is, and just kind of looking through it in the lens of characters that we talk to or interact with. So that's what I think that Kill the Past series do very well at the very least. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this series, of course, for the Silver Case. There we go. I want to stop the music just in case. But in that case, that's pretty much it for the series for the Silver Case. If you guys want to check out the game yourself, like you want to buy the game for yourself, it's all on Steam, both the Silver Case and 25th Ward. But if you're wondering, if you want to play this game for the Switch, that is coming out in June. I don't know if I will get this video up by June or before June or something. I think it was June or July. I remember I said I was going to look it up to see if NIS owns the IP at this point, and I believe they do still. I should have done this before I started this episode. But hey, you know, it's never too late. Kill the Past, I think. Is it really? Oh god, I spelled Switch wrong. Oh no. Yeah, the Silver Case 2425 limited edition is what they call it. I don't know why it's limited edition, but it is coming out in the June 6th, to be more exact. So if you own a Switch and you want to buy this game for a physical copy of both 25th Ward and 24 and the Silver Case, there is a Switch version coming out in July 6th, sold by NIS, yep, online store. I'll leave a link to that if you want to check that one out. I'm not sponsored by NIS, just to keep you guys in mind. I'm not sponsored by NIS. They did not provide me any free copy of anything. I just enjoyed Suda's work here, and also I had a great time just going through this in the video format. So if you guys wanted to try and buy the game for yourself, to kind of go through it yourself. I know there are a few things I might have missed out on from achievements that I didn't get to some of the story pieces that I went kind of off-wise. Like, I didn't go from transmitter to placebo back and forth in the silver case. I did kind of go through just transmitter, placebo, transmitter, placebo, and then I kind of went back and forth, but was off by one chapter or something like that. So if you want to play it perfectly to your understanding, that is totally fine for you guys to purchase that for yourself. But yeah, the Switch case, the Switch version of this game in the 25th board is coming out on July 6th, and pick that up for sure if you want that. Then for people who just want to get to it on the PC version, that they are going to be a link to the silver case for the PC version as well. If you wanted to go for the PS4 version, I'll also leave that link down below in the description box as well. So the description box will have all the versions of the silver case primarily, but for the Switch, I think they packaged it together with the silver case, or with the 25th board, so that it's one whole package rather than just one singular package. But I'll leave a link to the singular one if you guys just want the silver case to just try it out for yourself, or I'll probably leave the physical copy if you guys want that as well. So otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it for the silver case. Thank you guys for joining me. I know it's a really tough series for me in general, because I had to read all the characters' dialogue, even the female ones, and even the crazy nerdy style of things. But I try my best not to read it in a way that seems too annoying, hopefully. But I know some voices were annoying for some people, probably. But I try my best to create a variety of voices that seem appropriate to those characters. And then, of course, sometimes when I say some stuff, like reading off the line, it might not seem like pronunciation-wise wasn't sharp cut, but it was just like a slur of the word, like I would like la, 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 kind of thing. But that's entirely because I just wanted to read quickly, but my brain couldn't catch up to me trying to say it. So I do apologize with that kind of thing ever happening. And then, of course, last but not least, if you did miss the silver case, or if you want to continue into the 25th ward, I will leave again the annotation at the very end of this video, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Click on that annotation at the end of this video to go into that series if you want to watch more of me doing the voicing of the characters, and also seeing where the story goes from here in this point. Because Whiteout Prologue is a beginning of Whiteout in the 25th ward. And the prologue, actually, most of it is already in the 25th ward. The whole prologue thing is kind of just a snippet, rather, but it's those scenes, that same exact keywords and lines were probably seen in the 25th ward, which is what I remember when I saw Shiroyabu kind of talking about it. Yeah, so otherwise that's it for this channel, or this series. I mean, not channel. That's it for the silver case. Again, hope to see you guys in another game in the series of mines. What is next for this channel in terms of like visual novel like things? I do have a few in mind. I'm not sure when they will start, or if I'll ever start them yet. That is entirely due to my situation at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, I do look forward to more games made by Japanese developers. I do want to actually do more of that. I tend to feel like I skimp out on the Japanese developed games, so I need to try to get into those eventually. Yeah, I'll probably think of some that I want to try to get into, so I can like explore and figure out like new things or cool things that I haven't done before, or seen/played before, because I want to explore a lot of the things I never thought about going into, but kind of put them on the channel full blast for myself to play. But yeah, otherwise that's it for this channel, or not channel. Damn it, I keep saying that. That's it for the silver case, and see you guys in the next series or another game I play. Hope you guys have a great, amazing day. Good night to everyone watching this, and yeah, I will truly miss the Kill the Past series for a while, until a third installment of the game somehow shows up. I will probably see what happens then. So otherwise, Roz out.